LSU. Boom!
All night long. Yes.
Let's freaking go. It's a great day for Tigers football. So Tiger on Tiger action. Wake up. It's an 11 a.m. kickoff, and I'm so freaking excited to see LSU bounce back. Is the over a lock? Do you think this is going to be another shootout today in Columbia? Because look, if I am an LSU fan, it would not shock me. It would not shock me if either team covers the total on their own. Because we are looking at two of the best offenses in the SEC, one of the worst defenses we have ever seen at LSU, and we could be in total bang, 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 bang shootout mode. Now, I need you to get on my level, baby. We're putting out positive energy in the name of Tyrann Mathieu, in the name of Ali Highsmith, in the name of the man who had his jersey retired yesterday at his high school, Mr. Glenn Dorsey. In the name of all the defensive legends, we are going to step up today and not look like a freaking ragdoll like we did last week versus Ole Miss. Ole Miss let us do whatever they wanted to. We have got to play better defensively. So, obviously, I'm really fired up. I think sometimes if we have one of these seasons where LSU is very likely not going to win the national championship, we just kind of go, oh, this season's over. This season is nothing. We are way under expectations. We're not playing good LSU Tiger football. And I get it. Some of you have been truly spoiled by the national championships that LSU has won. And I get it. I totally get it. But folks, what you're about to witness today is the scarcest resource we have in all of sports, which is a college football game. You're only guaranteed 12 of these every year, and only 9 of them annually are against a team that's worth a darn. Enjoy this. Enjoy this. No matter the result. College football is weird, okay? Take it in. Breathe in a sigh of relief. It is game day, okay? And we have got the best freaking quarterback in the SEC on our side, okay? So I need you. I need you to get on my level. I feel like I'm on a different level right now. I feel as if I was looking at my Discord chat this morning, and I was feeling, you know, my guy Stan was holding down for me, but I don't know. I just feel like we're a little dead right now. I really do. I just feel like we're a little dead. But folks, I want you to rub your hands together like this right now. In the name of Pete Jenkins, we're going to have somebody on the LSU defensive line step up and get some pass rush today. We might see some 4-down alignment today. Scott Grant, Missouri has not played anyone. LSU by 20. He is right. Missouri's best win is at home versus a Kansas State team that had a mass exodus of really good football players leave their program. Okay? And they won by 3 on a 61-yard field goal. Okay? So that's obviously something to keep an eye out for. The next thing is obviously Missouri has won 3 of their 5 games by 1 possession. Okay, so it's not as if they've been blowing teams out. They didn't just go into Nashville last week and just blow the brakes off that team. They didn't, okay? They did win comfortably. I'll give them that. And their other game was against South Dakota, okay? And that was the opening week of the season on a Thursday night, and then they had all the time to prepare for Middle Tennessee State, who, by the way, is 1-5 right now. And they barely beat the Blue Raiders of Middle Tennessee State, who have been blown out quite a bit this year. So I'm going to be real with you. I do think Missouri's a little overvalued, and I do think despite the LSU defense being the way that it is now, I do think the over is to play here. I know 63 is a huge number, but I went ahead and played the over. Another play I made this morning is Texas -4. I do think Texas is the superior team. We saw them blow them out last year. But look, it's also kind of weird if you are an LSU fan that there are other marquee games happening at the same time. So especially now with the YouTube split TV, or a lot of you have like different screens going on, you're going to be watching that Texas-Oklahoma game at the same time watching LSU versus Missouri. And I totally get it. Okay. Nino says, something tells me LSU smokes Mizzou. Okay. What's up, Forbes? Good to see you, Samuel. I see LA Mom in here. He's getting some love right now. Hell, he had love before the season. Okay. The Master Blaster. What's up, Jordan? Good to see you. Now, next thing. All right. Like we do in every pregame show, we go through and give you an injury report. Okay. Aaron Anderson made the trip, but he is not dressed out. Okay. So don't forget Mekhi Wingo playing home. He is from Missouri. He played at Missouri. Okay. I think that offensive line is going to be pretty fired up. Probably still has some friends out there. These two guys are going to have to carry us again like they have been. It's crazy to think that Malik Neighbors is, I think, number 2 in the SEC in target share percentage, and BTJ is still top 10 in target share percentage, meaning these two guys are carrying our offense right now, along with JAYDEN. Okay? Here's Pete Jenkins back on the LSU sideline. That's John Jancic to his left. Pete Jenkins, 82 years of age, back on the sideline. There's JAYDEN right there. And I want to show you this right here. I just tweeted out a joke about this. Okay. Blake Baker wants to be back in Louisiana, and he knows a wounded duck when he sees one. Okay. Scott Woodward, of course, is a Louisiana guy too. Is this Blake Baker trying to lay some groundwork to get back to BR? Okay. You could tell right there that he's like, hey, I'm here if you need me. But look, this isn't like just too not normal, if you ask me. Like, this is a situation where if you do know the other person, pregame, a lot of opposing coaches come give each other hugs, talk to each other. You can see in the distant background, Robert Steeples is talking to a Missouri player. That's probably one of his former players back there. So it's normal for like opposing coaches, players to chat with someone from the opposite team. I think that is Brian Kelly walking somewhere in the background here. I think that's him right there. So yeah, it's Blake Baker saying, hey, show me some love. If you guys do make a decision. There's Mike the Tiger right there. There's BK getting in there. He's rocking the shades. Got them shades on. Oakley's to be exact. Blake Baker's wife is from Fontainebleau. Ah, interesting. Hey, I was an all-state soccer player myself. Or was I just all conference? I don't remember. I was all something. Oh, of course, Samuel. That's butter right there. Okay. We do have a few PHLs at the game today. If you are listening to this, I hope you guys have fun. Okay. Chris Hilton is out. He didn't even make the trip. Okay. So that's unfortunate, especially considering, he got hurt on the final play of the game. So Chris Hilton is officially out. Okay. Greg Brooks showing some love from the volleyball team. That's always cool. So, yes, Chris Hilton is out. All right. Let's get to it. Okay. Oh, man. I hope so, Samuel. I hope so. So, yeah, here's what I'll say about the Chris Hilton thing. Obviously, he is a bigger loss than Aaron Anderson at this point. Aaron is, to me, the better receiver of the two. But, I got to be real, man. Aaron's just been unavailable. He's just not been there. And then obviously Chris has dealt with a lot of his injury issues in the past. Both of them have been very fragile. They both have gotten hurt pretty easily. Now, we'll say Chris Hilton, that was one of the highest I've ever seen an LSU Tiger jump when he almost made that catch in the end zone. I still wish he would have, because I love Chris because he has stuck it out for LSU. But yeah, let's go to Ethan. Let's get the W Tigers. Okay. So now I'm going to give you what I've essentially given you all week. And I'm going to give you a few extra nuggets. Okay. The first thing, like we mentioned a minute ago with the Grant Super Chat, Missouri has not really played anyone. Okay. The opposite is kind of sort of true for us in this instance. We have played good teams. We've not beaten a good team yet, though. We just haven't. I mean, Grambling's Grambling. Arkansas has looked worse since we've beaten them. And Mississippi State has looked worse since we've beaten them, or about where they were previously. Okay? So the truth here is we got to go in there and show that we can actually beat a good team. The next thing I would bring up here is whether we're playing 4 down or whether we're sticking with what we've been doing. Okay? We cannot let Missouri throw the football on us. Okay? We must force them to run on us first. Okay? We must. They are 8th in the SEC in yards per carry, 1st in the SEC in yards per pass attempt. So I would do whatever it takes to force them to run. They want to throw. They want to get the football out to Luther Burden. The next thing I want to bring up here is obviously Luther Burden has been one of the best players in college football. Okay. Him and Malik Neighbors, their numbers are pretty identical. Okay. I'm not going to sit here and tell you Luther Burden is overrated, but I do want to share with you one thing. All right. He is not necessarily a deep ball receiver. He is a more so screen reverse kind of gadget guy. Now, he did start getting more vertical versus Vanderbilt. That was probably his best deep ball game up to this point. He did catch a deep slot fade versus Kansas State, but he is a little bit more of a receiver, like closer to the line of scrimmage. Theo Weiss is a really good wide receiver. He's a transfer from Oklahoma, can really play. But the guy to keep an eye out for, their number 3 guy is Marquise Johnson, number 17, is a lot better than I initially thought. Okay? Really good football player for them. Now, I'm going to run through like we do in every pregame show. I try my best to scout the other team so you guys don't have to. I'm going to go through each and every jersey number that you are going to see today that's going to be a featured player. Okay? On offense, Luther Burden's number 3, Theo Weiss is number 1, Marquise Johnson's number 17. Brady Cook is number 12, their quarterback, who is really good. Okay. Cody Schrader, number 7. Nathaniel Pete, number 8 are their 2 key running backs. Offensive line is good, not great. They're good, though. Defensively, number 8 is also a player to look out for, Tyron Hopper. Number 7 is also a player to look out for. Chris Abrams-Drain has 3 interceptions on the season. And number 2, Rakestraw is a really good player, and their safety is a good player as well. So, for the most part, all their best players wear single-digit numbers, for the most part. Okay? So, be on the lookout for those players. Now, Eli Drinkowitz is a really good play caller. He's an offensive-minded head coach. But the thing is Eli Drinkowitz gave up his play calling duties to a transfer. I say a transfer, but he is younger. Wes Moore is our offensive coordinator. Okay. I will say this about Eli Drinkowitz. I have always kind of liked him more than consensus. Okay. My lock of the year preseason was the over on the win total for Missouri last year, because I'm a believer in Drinkowitz. And they hit that, and they almost beat Georgia, and they should have beat Auburn. And this year, now they're 5-0. Okay. This is a really well-coached football team. Blake Baker is their defensive coordinator. Okay. So, defensively, one thing that I would do a lot of if I'm LSU is the zone read stuff. So today you're going to see one play in particular a lot is split zone action, where Mason Taylor flows behind the line of scrimmage and you get a zone read action and it's a dump off to Taylor in the flats. I think also you could see that with Malik today as well. Now, some other things. This needs to be corrected. All right. I'm looking at whoever you are. We cannot slip all over the field like we have been in recent weeks. We have got to be able to maintain our footing. Okay? We do. So, the truth here is, yes, Ole Miss was bad. It was a bad performance on so many different levels. But the truth here is we slipped a lot last week. We just did. I spoke to someone I know that works in equipment. And one thing that was brought up to me is the cleats have changed. It used to be back in the day, you had those screw-on cleats, right? Those ones that really dug deep. But now all cleats are kind of molded, right? It has a molded bottom to it. I don't know. I don't know. I've not touched a modern football cleat in forever now that I think about it. But on the road, it's not just been Ole Miss. We have had some slipping issues and some footing issues in other games. So we have got to be able to keep our feet. I always go back to what Kirby Smart says. Stay off the ground. Last week, we were just on the ground too much, whether it be missed tackles, diving for a ball we didn't need to dive for, whatever the case may be. Let's go to Ethan. Thank you for the super chat, man. Which freshmen do you think are going to play today? Well, obviously the guys that have already been playing, Weeks is definitely going to play the most snaps out of any of them. On offense, I really don't see many outside of Caleb Jackson. Would I like to see more Shelton Sampson? Yeah. I think one guy you could see more of today is Kyle Parker for sure. But that's very unlikely. LSU is without 2 wide receivers, though. So that does open up the depth chart. And the question you got to ask yourself is, do you really want Malik, BTJ, and Kyron Lacey to play the same number of snaps as they did last week? And there were a lot of them, okay, in a back-and-forth exhausting game. So, yeah, You see, I see a few more of you questioning cleats. Yeah, we brought up, the night of the game and in the film study. And I tweeted out a ton of clips of players slipping. And the two players that have slipped the most last week were Malik and Greg Penn, those two players. But a lot of players slipped. So we've just got to stay sound in our tackling. And we got to make sure we got good cleats. It is a little bit different though today. We are playing on a turf field, so that probably shouldn't have as big of an impact unless they decided to ice it down like they did in Arkansas. Okay. I see a few of you, including Chance, say, "Hey, I don't want a receiver who drops." Baker Mayfield is a guest picker. That's cool, man. Congrats to Baker. Hopefully, I didn't lose all my viewers because we all know there's a ton of Baker Mayfield. BTJ with 2 tutties. Player X, I'm not sure. Once again, the drops were so bad versus Grambling. If he's dropped a bunch in practice, you just can't play him. You just can't play him. But I do want him to play again because he did get open, right? And getting open is the hardest thing to do. Okay. It's going to show enough fears. Mason Taylor at full health? Probably not. If we're being honest, he had an ankle injury versus Mississippi State, and he's not really, or he had it the week before, and then he missed the Mississippi State game. During the season, especially as many snaps as Mason plays, and it's how much stopping and starting running he has to do, oftentimes he is the motion guy. So you got to think, it's not just him running routes, it's him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I think Mac Markway to the freshman question is going to play some today as well. Do we see more 12 personnel, considering our wide receiver room is thin? Let's see here. Let's see. Markway's a Missouri kid too. You're right. Got some Missouri influence on this team. Steeples, Wingo, and Markway. So there you go. Now, my final score prediction: LSU 37, Missouri 33. That's my final score prediction. I would do anything for me to be wrong. I once again, I placed a ticket this morning. The Texas covering and LSU Missouri covering. LSU and the over. LSU Missouri and the over. Okay. Next thing. We have not talked a lot about JAYDEN Daniels today. JAYDEN should throw the ball to the lineman more often. Sure. I mean, Lance Hurd did catch a touchdown at tight end in the Army All-American game. Put Lance at tight end. And he gets honestly, I'm down with it. You get some real 12 personnel action. You want to cave down that end? Give Lance a single digit and let him eat. Let him play tie-in. Okay. So yeah, I want to get Chris Hilton out today. Official. Aaron Anderson out today. No word yet on Omar Speights. That he plays a whole lot. Okay. Now, One thing I would say about Missouri, one thing that they do have going in their favor is last year they truly do have belief that they can slay a giant, right? Because there's going to be a lot of people in that locker room that were on that team last year that said, God, we were so close versus Georgia. We know we can beat them. We know we can beat one of these colossal programs. Okay. So they're going to come in here with the mindset that they that they run things. Okay. So yeah. Now Pete Thamel's reporter Omar Spates is out. So all the guys that were questionable going into this week, okay, everybody that was questionable is out. Chris Hilton out, Omar Spates out, Aaron Anderson out. Here's the good news: is the offensive line is still intact. Okay, offensive line is still intact. BTJ, Malik, and Jayden are healthy. As long as those things are in order, we're good. Okay. You know, we've basically covered everything we've covered here with Missouri. I do want to bring up that both teams will have seen this on film because they watch way more film than I do. These teams are the most slot fade heavy teams. Okay. So the slot fade, I think a lot of you know what that is. Okay. We have scored a majority of our red zone touchdowns and extended red zone touchdowns on slot fades. Missouri had 2 last week versus Vanderbilt. We had 3 last week versus Ole Miss. We had 2 touchdowns on slot fades a week before versus Arkansas. And we had 2 more slot fade touchdowns the week before versus Mississippi State. So do they play for that going into this week? Maybe they do. The good thing about teams adjusting their coverage for the slot fade is it opens up the middle of the field to the point where you kind of just have to give the slot fade, right? You just do. So if Missouri plays that, this could be a game where Jayden throws it over the middle a lot more than normal. Okay. And I'm actually predicting that to be true. I think that we are going to throw over the middle more today. Okay. Missouri's really strong on the outside. They've got an aggressive linebacking core that love to get downhill. I think you're going to see a little bit more action over the middle. And Jayden, of course, has gotten way better at that. Okay. Game day guys. Picking Missouri. Interesting. Kind of feels like the Mississippi State game from last year, right? Everybody picked Mississippi State except for long neck, ice cold beer never broke my heart. Luke Combs picked LSU. He was the only one. He's the only one. Oh, it was Baker that picked LSU. Oh, no, everyone. Oh, I thought it was the other way around. Oh, okay. You still got to see me. You still got to hear me sing Luke Combs. Huh? So it was Kirk. I thought it was the other way around. That song is going to up there with Bohemian Rhapsody and Gangster's Paradise when it comes to legendary songs. Long neck, ice cold beer never broke my heart. That's such a great song. Luke is him, bro. we go. Nice little photo dump here. Will, Logan. Come on, Mason. Come on, Mason. Give it to me. Give it to me. But Malik still got the grill in. Malik still got the Johnny Dangs in. Look at that. I appreciate you, man. Now type Y if you are showing up for the halftime show. Okay. Last week, the halftime show got pretty litty as a That's cool. Let's see. That's so cool, man. All right, a few more things. We touched on the middle of the field. Of course, I want them to prefer, even though we are the worst SEC's run defense, I also wouldn't mind, okay, seeing Harold Perkins used differently. All right, maybe he's not an every down player, okay, and we could see how the defense flows with him just playing in sub packages. Of course, I would prefer a player of that talent to be on the field at all times. Hopefully see a bounce back game from Greg Penn. It's going to be the Greg Penn and Whit Week show. Now that Omar Spates is out, is there a third linebacker who can play for us? Okay. I don't think that that's Christian Brathwaite at this point. I don't. I think that more than likely is going to be West Weeks. So I think there could be a world where you see West Weeks and Whit Weeks play alongside each other. We won't see Harold, I think, as a traditional off-ball guy, but I'd like to see that tried at least one more time instead of just scrapping it all together. But that's obviously not his natural position. But, I mean, we're so thin. We're so thin at linebacker. Okay. Good. Thank you, Stanley. Stanley's boots on the ground. That's where I wanted them to go. I don't think Denver Harris is playable at this point. I don't. I think at this point, you've got to just roll with Stamps. Okay. Alexander's got to play, though. If we lose him, we are in a lot of trouble. Okay. I don't think, once again, this is not a good matchup for LaTerrence Welch. Okay. Missouri likes to throw the football quickly and force you to tackle. But I would like to see him get another shot. Hey, Zap, what's good, man? It's been a while since I've seen you holding down for Zachary. Yeah, I think Womack's going to play today. If not, I don't know. There you go, Ethan. No, Ethan, you're selling them short. I don't want to see Alexander get an interception. I want to see a pick six. A friend of the over is a pick six. If you get a pick six or a kickoff return in a game, it's always a good friend for the over. Joseph, no need to be nervous, man. No need to be nervous. Simper. Like I said, if you're just now joining us, I was fired up to start this live stream. Enjoy this. Enjoy that you get a game of college football today. All right? I've got too many messages this week saying, well, the season's over. We have 2 losses. No, it's not. Even if we had 3 losses, enjoy the season. You only get 12 of these games every year. 9 of them are only good. Okay? So these are one of the 9. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Okay? Now don't hurl. Whatever you do, do not hurl. Okay? Don't forget, we got the halftime show. Sibby wants to see some 4-3 today. I mean, we kind of play a 4-3 now with how we align. But I get what you're saying. 4 hands in the dirt instead of 3. Let's see. I wish I could just pull this thing up. I'm trying to get the game pulled up on my thing. Come on, pull my game up. No, I don't care about Mississippi State. Why do I have to go? We normally like to do the first drive, but I'm not. I guess they don't want me to watch the game. Oh, it's game day. We're holding up for game day. That's okay. Who's a, oh yeah, Baker's a guest picker. Hilton is out. There he is. See, nobody's been on Stanley's level all morning. I swear, if we win today, y'all better thank Stanley. In the Discord, everywhere. I still wish I could just pull my stream up here, though. Oh, yeah, game day is in Texas, Oklahoma. So then Kirk's got to get all the way up to the booth. No one's made the joke yet, Kingsley. And welcome to the channel, man. Don't worry, Kingsley. We got another week for you to make that joke. So the line got down to 4, and then it went back up to 6 LSU. JJ, Greg, what's up? Some PHL icons in this thing. Let's go. It's hard to get on Greg's level. We have someone on PHL who went to a sports bar in Rugby. Is on the screen. Rugby. Rugby. Is that Huey? Is it game time? Is it on? I gotta wait till this thing gets going. I like to watch the game on my phone, ironically. LSU won the toss, and they've elected to receive. I don't know about that. There we go. Let's see if we can get the first drive in. I get it, though. You want to start the game off 7-0. I get it. Great. And my phone don't want to cooperate. There we go. Dang. No, y'all don't like RG3? I was just hating. Y'all leave RG3 alone. The only reason you should not like RG3 is that he took Tyrann Matthew-Heisen. There we go. Oh, Missouri rocking the blacks today. Okay. I've always hated the camera angle in Missouri. It's always been so low. Okay. They've got some of the best special teams in the country. All right. So we'll do the first drive here. All right, here we go. Got Missouri 11 a.m. kicks. All right. Starting in 11. No surprise there. Start with a run. Good run by Logan on first. Okay, we'll take it. You might have missed a cutback there, but still a good run. We'll take it. Don't forget, this is the halftime show. Here, 2nd and 5. Hell, run it again. They're in too high. Run it again. There you go. Oh, come on, Charles. Come on. Third and 5. Here we go. So if it's 4th and short, you got to go for it. I mean, especially if you decided to receive to start. Okay. Zone. All right. No, not a good throw. Man, I don't know about that. So we did a lot of this last year where we would put Kyron Lacey to himself in that spot. Why are we running a comeback route if that's not Malik? Okay. That just doesn't make any sense. So first down, good run. Might have missed a cutback. Second down. Oh, good. Good turf bounce. So second down, we then go run again. It was a good call. They gave us a too high look. We couldn't block it. And then on third down, like, do you really want your drive to hinge on a comeback route to Kyron Lacey? I mean, that should be Malik by himself on that side every single time. But the LSU offense has been mostly good. Okay. So let's do a defensive drive, and then we'll go get ready for halftime. Okay. Okay. Good stop. Good job, Mason. Let's go, Ovi. All right, good. We get a stop on first. All right, Sage Ryan is at corner here, it looks like. I need to get another look. Here. Yeah, it is Sage Ryan as outside corner. Okay. Tolles is one of the other safeties here. Okay. So we called a timeout here. Okay. Paw Patrol. Huh? RG3 is so corny. Okay. Got to make a tackle. No, I got it. Okay. Okay, you made a tackle. We'll live with that. All right, so they subbed. Now we're subbing. Okay. We're not lined up correctly. We might have to blow another timeout here. Good play weeks. Okay. I'm very shocked Missouri's not playing faster here. You notice it takes a while for the play call to get in there. Okay. I would be playing a lot faster if I was Missouri. So that's an advantage for us. All right, so Harold Perkins out in space again. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we can't just let them get free releases all day, man. Ugh, dude, it's so bad. Man. Good pass rush. Okay. Finally got a good pass rush, and they're still able to dink and dunk. Schrader. Okay. Let's see, second down and 4. Oh, nasty. Got to make a tackle here. Good play weeks. Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing again. You know, they're hitting the edges, right? I would try to force them. So you got a first down. I mean, you got to stop on the very first offensive play of their drive, forcing them to run up the middle. And they're just hitting the edges on us. Okay. Oh, that was a good throw. We got bailed out on a drop there. That was a really freaking good throw. Dear Lord. Look at where you put this thing. Perfect spiral. Oh, God. Single digit jersey. You got to catch that, Weiss. Now, that would have just been a dime. Okay. That would have been like, oh, okay. So up to this point, we have stopped one play, the first run. Okay. It's a drop there. So can we just get a stop? They're bailing us out like Ole Miss did last week. Okay. Get a run. Good. You see what I'm saying? Force them to run up the middle. Okay. This is the 10th best rushing defense. I mean, rushing offense in the SEC. Once again, if I'm Missouri, I have no idea why they're going so slow and letting us get set. Okay, we got Luther Burden on a safety out to the left. We might be cooked. We might be cooked. Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, God. You knew they were going to come back to it if it was just there. Slot fade again. They showed it on film. You've got to play that. You've got to be ready for it. That's what they do. Oh, God, that is a mess. You get him in 3rd and long. Oh, God. They get the fake 2-point. Holy snike. There's no way that Eli Drinkowitz is just teabagging us right now. Oh, my God. And they get the 2-point. All right. We will see you at halftime. Okay. Still early. Hopefully you played the over like your boy told you to. And we'll see you. It is Power Hour LSU. Boom. And tonight, we're doing the bacon wrap peppers. Let's go.